Hello, hello. Is it working? Are we here? Hello, hello. Are we vibing? Are we gaming? Potentially? Hypothetically? Hello. Uh, is it picking up my mic? I think it is. Well, hello. I took a screenshot by accident. I'm doing really good. And my voice cracked? That's crazy. Um, but hello. We've got some things to do today. Alright. I'm gonna check my mail. Because I was a little preoccupied yesterday. More fish. Thank you, Bush. That is very helpful. Where's my fish bag? There's my fish bag. Anyway. Ah. Residents of Olympus, are you not tired of being bossed around by the gods? Are you not tired of being dismissed for being a hero? Demigods do not want to be treated as the gods you are and not the half mortals they tell you to be. Why must the same 12 gods be the ones ruling over Olympus, and why are the others considered lesser than others? Yet the one god who tried to change how the world is run was dismissed and frowned upon. Only then is it fine to replace a god, and better yet, with a less experienced one, only because they were related to the king and queen. What we ask is for us to be heard, for our opinions to be listened, for your opinions to be considered. Do you know where you are from? Do you know where you're going? Only you hold the future of Olympus in your hands, not Zeus, not Athena. We believe in a future where it doesn't matter if you are a god or a mortal, where above power is intention and care for ruling over land is made for everyone. So we ask you to stand up against the rule that has not changed for centuries. If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. Start again. Only if you truly serious about joining our cause, place a soul lantern in front of your door so we know how to reach you. You may leave letters with questions, but may you may leave letters with questions, but may not attend our meetings without plan to join permanently. See you soon. Let's see what they want. Okay, good. If they're plotting to take Zeus out, then they're clearly a friend of mine. So I guess now we wait. Friend. Is there a bone meal in my box also? Oh, well, they work fast. Take bone meal also. Welcome. Thank you for showing interest. A couple things to note. Be careful and don't let anyone catch you. When going fishing, don't forget to check for buried treasure. Stay soon. See you soon. What? Oh, I understand. But where am I in reference to this? And let's make some preparations first, just to be safe. Man, take me by the hand, looking into something. Um, okay, let's just condense these into them out of my inventory. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I need a place to put the the mail chest right here. Keep that one. That's just something that's been bothering me. Alright, I think I can get there this way. Oops. Nope. Nope. Ow. Can I help you? Okay. I need different music. Yeah, this works. I start reading this out loud because I feel weird just being quiet for so long. Welcome everyone to the first collective meeting for the Harbingers of Honesty. We are here to discuss our concerns about the current rule and its injustice. We believe that as residents, we should have a voice in how things are run. But before we start, there are a couple things to note. Firstly, we are doing everything we can to protect everyone involved in this rebellion, but we cannot guarantee everything. So the safety of our efforts and each other is in your hands too. So we ask that you please refrain from finding out others' identities, and if you do, keep that a secret. If you are here with malicious intent, there's nothing we can do other than keeping you out of the space. We will not cause you harm for your opinions, but we cannot prevent how others will react to it. So while we are here, remember that everyone is entitled to have their own opinion, and this is a violence-free space. Last note, there is food and drinks in the cabinets above. Take as much as you want, but leave some for others. Does anyone want to start? Or shall I go? And everyone is quiet. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll start. I'm here because the gods have failed me. I've tried to implement changes and ask for them, but I never get the recognition I deserved. I never get considered, dismissed as if I'm nothing. I'm sure you can relate. I know of gods that have tried to change things. Ask for change. But where has it led us? So we are back where we were when Olympus was first founded. Is it not dull? Does anyone have concerns? I have plenty. Please go. The gods of today and even others who have tried to rule. They cast those not of use aside. All our hard work no longer important because we don't fit their new image. A million lesser gods they could just replace us with. And what if they become useless too? Also thrown away. I don't think that the leaders should be allowed to determine our worth like that. your people. Let's show them that we have feelings too. But the use of gods on Olympus. I know a god, a dear friend of mine, who was once an Olympian. It was under Athena's rule. Why do you look at me directly when you say that? Athena might not have been the best leader. She did many things wrong. There is one thing I respect in her. She let others have a change. After Zeus came back, all the change that Athena had started was reset. My friend got demoted and sent away. I do not think that should be the fate of those who were asking for something new. Don't you think Athena would have ruled differently if her opinions were listened to? It is a possibility. rules cruel. Nice. Oops. Nope. But Zeus's ignorance is unforgivable too.
I don't know what's happening, guys. But if I do have something to say to the show and tell, is that I've got this really, really great circus that you should all come and join. And if anyone's interested, they should. I can pass around a book. And then everyone can sign the book. And I don't know what I got this costume. I got taken to this thing. Can I take the costume off? I don't know if I'm supposed to have this costume. But I look great.
You're not wearing it.
What? I am wearing a costume, at least on my end, you know. But works out for me either way.
Like the same things we are.
Well, I don't know, but I don't want to wear a like what I was wearing a head. I looked a bit like those guys. Yeah, well, either way, I was wearing it on my end. But okay. But either way, it works out for me because I didn't want to wear it anyway. But yeah, I've got this really, really cool circus that you should all come and help me at. And especially the two guys that were just talking, you guys seem like really mistreated, and whoever your old boss was, like evils, you know. But I'd be a really good boss. And I think you guys should come help me at my circus because that'd be awesome. And I'll treat you right, you know. I'll give you all the recognition that you'd want, you know. What's actually okay? Does it? Yeah. Yeah, is anyone interested? Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to put that on my back. I got a great book, guys. yeah, I like to hear it. You should put your name in that book. Yeah. It's very tough crowd, huh? yeah. Oh, there's my book. Wait, was there? It's really hard to see. Oh, other person. Yeah, you should put your name in that. This is just show and tell place, right? It was really ominous when I got in here. This is actually a really tough crowd.
This isn't really show and tell.
Oh, I thought it was kind of like a speak your truth moment, you know? There was a lot of, like, group venting happening. Oh, is this me being kicked off the stage? I'll go, my bad. Where was I before? Oh, yeah! Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Oh! Damn! She got thrown at the floor. Wait. You want me to read this out loud, or is this you? No. Yeah? Oh. I'm reading something aloud, guys. Can you read this out loud for me, please? People in here seem to be very violent and doesn't seem to give mercy to anyone nor gods. Also, your circus seems like a nice idea. Might visit one day. Thanks, man. I'm so happy that you will. I'm so happy. Did I do a good job of reading that out? I think I did. See, I'm a performer, guys. You know, clearly. But you don't seem to be enjoying. Yeah. Oh my. Yes, I'll take money and food. Money and food. Yep. Anyway, someone else could take the stage if you'd like. Yep.
I can go next. Yeah. So I'm kind of new around here, and I'm here because you know, the gods haven't really been like all that kind to me, and I'm actually you know, a demigod, and my god hasn't exactly, you know, cared enough to show up throughout my life. So I don't see why they can just do that and just get away with stuff like that. So yeah, that's, you know, why I'm here. And I really believe in this cause. So thank you.
I can go next, I guess. Oh, it's much different once you're actually in the center. I've been here for quite some time, and most of the gods have been fairly dismissive. Why am I so quiet? That's a good question. Is this better? Is it like good or more? Good? Okay. Oh, more? What about this? Sounds the same for me. Hello, I'm testing it again. I'm at plus 65 now. Okay. Um, as I was saying, um, the gods have been fairly dismissive since I've been here. I came here under Athena's rule, and she, as you can probably guess, was not the greatest. I attempted to make changes. I got a petition going around for what people think would have been best at the time. And when I brought it to her attention, she killed me for questioning her rule. Zeus appears to be the same. Keans got killed at the Harvest Festival in front of everybody just for asking questions. Keans is back from what I've seen. Um, he showed back up at the Harvest Festival, pretty beat up still, but and then he went home, and I haven't seen him since. Of course, but with these both current and former leaders of Olympus, I believe that we have to take action. And the action that we should be taking is a little, might come off as a little aggressive, but then again, somebody blew up Olympus, so I don't think it's that far off. Zeus does not deserve a place here anymore. Zeus needs to be dealt with. There are a few things I'd like to comment on based on the previous speech. Firstly, thank you for bringing up Keenan's. I think it's awful how it worked out. That's what I've been dealing with from the start of time. The discrimination for asking, or for questioning. God, I can't read. Such violence. I was not there to see this happen. But it's sad for me to hear it. That a fellow hero got sacrificed for such a thing. Secondly, about the Olympus. Yes, we as harbingers of honesty blew it up. Not with the intention of harm. It is a sign that we will fight for our cause. We knew that nobody would get harmed from it. We did it as a gesture to Zeus. We do not intend to cause harm to anyone. especially those who can't stand up for themselves and are part of this rule. We are against King Zeus. But believe there are many ways to go about it before resorting to violence. It's not exactly like Zeus is going to just step off of the throne. Someone in the back says, God's in here. Most of them don't listen.
I mean, I've not known Zeus, like, really, for any more than since I got here. And even then, it was just like I think, a conversation at the festival. But I can kind of see what's being said about her being stubborn. But I agree that there's definitely ways that we can go about, potentially trying to rework Zeus's ways of running Olympus, if that's the intention here.
That requires Zeus to listen to begin with.
Is Zeus bad at listening? I will
Zeus was asking, Kians was asking questions to Zeus.
Oh.
And killed him for it.
Oh. Yeah, I remember that being spoken about at this festival.
I saw it happen. I was there.
Oh. Sorry, do you want some therapy? Do you need to talk about it?
Talking isn't going to solve anything.
Well, does Zeus listen if it benefits her?
Even if it was a little rude, that doesn't mean that Ian should have been killed for it.
Yeah. It's definitely excessive. I mean, I'm all for going to more extreme means in the way of trying to get them to notice, but violence is... I like... Oh! I want to... Sorry. I...
It didn't. It caused more issues. I don't see how violence against Athena right now is relevant. Under her rule, she killed me for asking questions. Under Zeus's rules, Zeus has mistreated Athena. Under Athena's rules, she mistreated you. I bet Athena would have been ready to murder Zeus too.
Would a
That would still leave a
democracy
corrupted
help
leader in charge.
the gods of Olympus if we implement? Oh, you know, we just give the role to Hades, but Hades is the best. But like a democracy seems like the best. The issue is getting Zeus off her high horse, because she's either gonna she's going to get very angry no matter what we try and do. Yeah, and also if we try and like have a conversation with her, there's no doubt that she will get even more angry, being like, "Oh, you're trying to act like you're better than me," and then murder everyone. It's finding that way to convince her. Yeah, I agree. It's just finding that middle ground. Oh. How would we do that? Are you saying that we as, we as it there was a name to this place, right? I forgot. But this place, as gang here, gang-a-lang, goes somewhere that like or does something that the Olympians not does, but like starts somewhere along with them? Question mark. That's, I mean, we can, I agree with that. So could you elaborate on how we merge the two sides? Because at the end of the day, we both have very different intentions. Zeus wants to keep her rule. We want to not have her ruling. Okay.
I'd like to disagree with the statement. There are two sides. The issue is not that they're unhappy people, it's that the unhappy voices are not listened to. They are simply cast aside.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the main issues. It's just finding the opportunity to get us, because even the more that we complain about us not being heard, we're just going to be ignored continuously.
There are people who support Zeus, there are people who hate her. There are people who don't care, or people who hate everyone. I'm working on a project. Finish it, Olympus will change.
Could you like elaborate on that? Just for, us?
Maybe it's another project.
We want to make it so everyone is seen as an equal. There is support in those who have less power.
And by that, we can have a rule that represents all parts of Olympus. Who are gods to decide what is best for a hero? Speaking is easier, but doing it all is harder. For heroes who know what it's like to be a god. Explain how we do anything so everyone will be equal without harm. We ask for every voice to be heard, and we will amplify those voices. I get where you're coming from. I understand what you were trying to do and what you were trying to say. I do not think there is a world where Zeus isn't in charge without violence. How can you know that without trying? The concept is not done. When we have a solid proof of our project, we will we will bring it up again. And as for you, I disagree. May do as you want. We won't stop you, but violence here is not the answer. It will lead to a war. Is a war not what you have already at this point? Most do not align with ours. However, you see, we do not resort to violence. We might be in a war.
At the end of the day, does everyone here agree with the fact that we just want Olympus to be a positive place?
I do not want any more.
That's the
Yes.
ideal that I think even people outside of this room would agree with. And that is our end goal, and it's our, I guess, job now to work together as a team to figure out our best way of getting to that point. But as of at least today, we've had this meeting, we've had this get together, and we know that this is an ideal that we are all going to start working towards. We're going to make that move. And I assume that going forward there's going to be a lot of debates because everyone here are going to have different ideals of getting to that point. But no matter what, I think we should keep in mind that all of us are working towards the same goal. Because I just don't want there to be any like arguments or like heated debates in this room. Even though, you know, it might get to that point. Violence is never the answer, and I think we can all agree with that. We're just scared that the gods are going to resort to that.
Isn't your goal to go on a circus tour? Which is okay.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, as I've been saying to my head, or to myself for while the meeting's been going on, I came here to promote my circus. But I've been hearing everything that's been going on. And I think the ideals that are being presented in this room are definitely the best. And, you know, I came here to promote my circus, but I want to promote my circus in a world that everyone's happy, not depressed. Otherwise, the crowd's not going to laugh. How am I supposed to entertain someone who just doesn't want to be around, you know? So I think that it's worth me coming here and helping with anything I can to get to that point, and then I can earn more moolah. I can you know have a nice big circus without sad people. You know, does that make sense? Does that answer your question? Yes.
We are open to different ideas. We listen and don't judge. But in my opinion, we shouldn't try to show ourselves as violent. You have already come across as violent. Blowing up a building is violent. Regardless of whether you intended to do harm or not, you came across as violent.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that was the greatest opening move to to be like, hey, we wanna change Olympus for the better, but we're gonna blow up your home. Okay, I got another thing to read. Can you read this out loud for me again? Signs limit is painful. 1. What do we do with the gods of what do we do with the gods that we're heroes of? What do we do with the gods that we're heroes of? I assume that all of us are under some god, and I personally don't want any violence or harm to go to anyone. If our gods were underneath as a hero finds something suspicious or hears about us being a part of this place, is there a plan, or are we just kind of doomed? Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. There was a missing apostrophe. Working 19, you are very correct. You're okay. Yeah, that's a valid question. I think the asking is, what's... Oh, I'll take the moolah. Thank you very much. But yeah, and again, I don't think blowing... What was your intention with that? Was that just to try and get you to be heard? Because as of right now, what's happened is an explosion has gone off. It's angered every one of the gods, or most of the gods of Olympus, mainly Zeus. She's angry, and now posters are being put around. I believe I've seen your posters around of this thing that's happening, and nothing has been said at all other than those posters. So in Zeus's point of view, it's, oh, my home is gone, and also now there's propaganda against me. That's only going to make her even more violent. Yes, anger shouldn't, in an ideal world, anger shouldn't lead to violence, but it's Zeus we're talking about. It is the gods. They have the power that they don't need to care about anything that we can do.
Discussions have already led to people dying.
I have a feeling that death is going to follow this path no matter how we try and take it. Just because of the people that we're working, I guess, against or trying to work with, which are the gods. I think it's basically unavoidable to face death. But you know, I want a Hades game show. I've got an extra life. If we want to sacrifice some things, I don't mind being a pawn to get us to the point of,
whose fault is that? Who is being violent?
A happy and positive Olympus. I completely, again, worker 19, I see exactly what you're saying. You're saying we aren't the ones that want the violence, but we need to make sure that we keep an account who we're working with. That is the main point, and we are working with very violent, violence-driven people. Zeus has the biggest record of just murdering people. As even at the festival, just because a discussion was there that she didn't like, someone died. And so in an ideal world, we don't want that to happen, but it's practically unavoidable.
Start opening the discussion, it will just continue to happen.
Yeah, we gotta make our move, and it's got to be very well thought out. I agree. We got to make our move soon, because otherwise the anger is just gonna fester. Because the more time that goes on without Zeus finding out what happened to her house, the angrier she's gonna get. So I agree with trying to figure out our next move, quickly. Oh, is our aim to, you know, like, admit to the fact that, like, I guess it wasn't, you know, the new people, but now we're a part of this. It was us, this group that blew up the house, or are we planning to just roll with the lie? Roll with a lie.
And as soon as I get an update on the project, I will let you all know.
Yippee! Because there are, I don't know if we're planning to roll with a lie here, or so. There's two ways that we could go about this, just based on the explosion. We can, number one, be like, hey, we're the ones that blew it up, here's what we have to say, and probably all die. Or there's B, be like, we can roll with a lie of things like, oh, we can figure out, we know who did it, and if you want to, like, you know, hear us out of these things. So it's either, do we want to, of course we don't need to use those exact wordings or paths, but from what I'm seeing, there are two main, like, there's a lie or a truth. And do we have a plan of action of what we're gonna go with out of that lie or a truth, or are we just gonna base it off the project? Does the project answer all these questions?
And option C, don't mention the explosion until we find a way to get Zeus to the point where she won't be able to ignore us. If she kills us, which with the project could be prevented. If we lie, we are no better than the king, but we cannot simply not discuss it.
You know
that
what?
isn't lying.
Fair enough.
We know we must take more severe actions.
I agree. Yes, I agree with the option and kind of just going with the discussion and not mentioning it. Yes.
And you guys are not responsible for the explosion. I am. So you cannot take blame for everything up until now.
I think we've had at least a productive enough get together for today.
I still believe that trying to solve things without violence is just going to get us killed. Yes, it's dangerous, but it's better to fight back than simply talk to Zeus and let her kill us.
I think we will have to wait and see as to what the project these guys have been talking about is, and then we can see what our next step is. Violence not an option for me. Not sorry. Yeah. It's being here is definitely a risk. I feel like, oh, yes.
I don't know much about what was happening. Till to that point, I can only base that on things that I've heard from other people. But when it comes to violence, I don't think that would be a good idea. I've heard about things happening to girls before, and it was also always causing only more chaos and things that were not easy to fix.
Like I think we probably shouldn't start with violence. Like it's just like they're gods and we should probably try and figure this out like through discussion so that, you know, like other heroes don't get as hurt through it, cuz that's a possibility.
If we all agree with starting with discussion, if it helps your conscience, oh wait, good said. Not everyone can fight on Olympus. Yeah, if we can all agree to start with the discussion, I know that clearly, it for you, violence is something that you want to, or you know, you've got a different starting point idea. But if all goes wrong, and if worse comes to worse, if we do need to turn to violence, I'm sure that we can have at least some people backing you up, just if it helps your conscience. To to be more comfortable, but of course that completely bars out anything that goes as far as permanent death. So we want to, if you really want someone to, what's the word, you have that on their radar, we can always keep that in mind. Yeah, I agree. Hey, the underworld isn't that bad.
If you all are too cowardly to properly take action, I will do it myself. Ah! They were useless. this myself.